farmer's privilege is essentially means when it comes to, it's a practice of, especially in developing countries such as ours or rest of Africa, and actually I think in most parts of the world, where farmers actually save propagating material. So your voortplantingsmateriaal, your material of your harvest to replant and reuse, okay, and on their own land, own holding. And so especially here, it's a big practice, and traditional, subsistence farmers do it, household farmers do it. And there's a very fine balancing act between, now you have the specific variety, plant material on a variety, which includes obviously seeds, propagating material, for instance, which is protected, which is, you had a breeder who spent considerable money and resources developing this variety. And he came to South Africa and he registered, he applied for plant breeders' rights, was granted here, for instance. I mean, it's a long process. And he was granted, and it's for a specific period, depending on the specific variety. For instance, it could be 25, 30 years now. In terms of the new act, he has protection. He's the only one who can, he can gain commercial gain, can collect commercial royalties of this variety. But now you do have this practice of reusing seeds and etc. And also considering there can't be an endless monopoly on the use of intellectual property, which is always a fine, very fine line. So you have to meet these two very different, how can I say it? What's a good word? You have to balance it out. So how do you realize you have to also protect these farmers who use it? They do not. It's not really for commercial gain. They use these literally for food security, to survive, if I can say it like this, as a practice. But it might be protected it might be a protected variety. So it's not a new, we call it colloquially, it's known as farmer's privilege. So it's an exception to a plant breeder's right. So if they meet specific criteria, which I'll go into detail now, they won't be infringing on a plant breeder, on an owner of a plant breeder's right. So they wouldn't be penalized. I mean, and quite in terms of this new act, penalties are quite hefty. That's been a big aspect which I wanted to address.